What is going on, my YouTube friends and all my Patreon friends? Y'all are putting me in a great mood. I was so cranky today. What's going on, man? What's up? Let me move my pop. My friend Robert Shield, sent me the main squeeze, Man in the Mirror, Michael Jackson. So now listen, friends. YouTube says that I've listened to this before. Like the meter was all the way through, but it could have been like on a playlist and just like ran through when I was like gardening or farming, quote unquote. It could have happened like before I moved. It could have happened when I moved. I have no memory of this video or of this performance. I just wanted to clarify that it did say that it was played through on my YouTube. So I don't know. If there becomes a point where I feel like I have seen it before, I'll announce it because I do want to be like transparent. I don't want to pretend, right? But I'll do the breakdown thing, man. I love doing the breakdown, especially with the main squeeze. Let's do this. Let me pull this up. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit me on that YouTube. No, hit me in the description box on Patreon if you want to send me some requests as well. I'm going to try to earn the former statement, the thumbs up and the subscription. Let's do this. Look at this room. I don't recognize that kick drum sound or that snare drum sound. I like them both. The snare drum is pitched lower than I was expecting, and the kick drum is pitched higher than I was expecting. Very interesting. Very interesting. What a beautiful sounding, like a Rhodes organ, I guess, digital organ, I think, right? Someone let me know. It sounds just stunning, man. It probably has like no controls on it. I'm surprised you can play multiple keys on it. I think if you go back far enough into like keyboard land, I think you can only play so many keys at a time too. Oh man, this is stunning. Let's go.
Once in my life, it's gonna feel real good, gonna make a difference, gonna make it right.
Oh my goodness, man, the introduction of all these instruments, including the singer, man, is unreal. I gotta back it up. I didn't mean to cut it off like that, but I got excited. I got real excited.
I'm gonna make a change for once in my life. It's gonna feel real good, gonna make a difference, gonna make it right. As I turn up the collar on my favorite winter coat, this wind is blowing my mind. I see the kids in the street without enough to eat. Who am I to be blind, pretending not to see their needs?
Hey, it's just stunning. Like the keyboard and the guitar, the ambience and the space that they're creating together is just stunning, man. And like I went deep in the guitar talk in the last video. I think Buddy was playing probably an older version of the same one I have. Mine looks like his as well, but his is way nicer than mine. Way nicer than mine. But it's just stunning sounding, isn't it? It's just so nice and like just smooth, and it's got this kind of like spaciness. It's kind of like, it's more ambient, I guess, than like in your face, right? I love it. Bass is going nuts too. It's very poppy, like not pop style music. Like it's got this kind of bounce to it, which I think is really nice. And Buddy's vocals, man, like I don't need to tell y'all.
I must disregard a broken bottle top and a one-man store. They follow each other all the way, you know, 'cause they got nowhere to go. That's why I want you to know I'm starting with the man in the mirror. I'm asking him to change his ways, and no message could have been any clearer. If you wanna make the world a better
his dynamics are spectacular. I want to do that whole chorus again. I'm just lost in, like, this might be one of the first times I'm like lost in the music, man. First time in a long time.
I know where to go. That's why I want you to know.
Like, it's like this build. That's why I want you to know. And it's so gentle and just easy at the top. And I like that it might just be a first chorus thing, but like that he's saying most of this just by himself. He deserves the room, man. It's beautiful.
Nowhere to go. That's why I want you to know. I'm starting with the man in the mirror. I'm asking him to change his ways. And no message could have been any clearer. If you wanna make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and make a change. Na 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 na.
Could be one of my favorite drum performances from this guy too, man. Like, it's very tasty. The drum tone selection I think is really interesting. Like the kick drum's got like a push to it. It almost gives me like if you had an upright bass player and like a jazz drummer. It almost gives me that kind of a vibe. How it's still got like a push, not quite a rush, but like a push. And the snare drum's nice and low, so it like matches with the toms, almost like a gospel fill kind of drumming, or a gospel drummer, I guess, not a gospel fill, but like if you did the style of fills of that, I feel like that's where the snare drum sits. But then we have like jazz toms too, so all over the place, man. This is just beautiful. This is just beautiful.
Been a victim of a selfish kind of love. It's time that I realize that there are some with no home, not a nickel alone. Could it be really me pretending that they're not alone? The willow's deeply scarred, somebody's broken heart, and a washed out dream. They follow the pattern of the wind, you see, 'cause they got nowhere to be. That's why I'm starting with me.
Ah, man, he had this little like ghost note in there or something. I'm gonna see if I can catch it.
Follow the pattern of the wind, you see, 'cause they got
See, he had like just this little like dynamic, just kind of pop at the end, man. Just it wasn't like a break or like a crack. It was a note. It was great.
broken heart and a washed out dream. They follow the pattern of the wind, you see, 'cause they got nowhere to be. That's why I'm starting with me. I'm starting with the man in the mirror. I'm asking him to change his ways. And no message could have been any clearer. If you wanna make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and make a change.
Guitar player's name is like on the tip of my tongue, man. But like that fill section was just, oh man, I'm really stretching this out. We're like 10 minutes in, 3 minutes. Holy shit.
No message could have been any clearer. If you wanna make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and make a change. I'm starting with the man in the mirror, and I'm asking him to change his ways. And no message could have been any clearer. If you wanna make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and make that change. I'm starting with the man in the mirror. Oh yeah. I'm
Smart.
asking him
Whoever's doing the backing vocal, man, I'd do it down to. I would sing it down to.
with the man in the mirror. Oh yeah. I'm asking him to change his ways. And no message could have been any clearer. If you wanna make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and make a change. You gotta get it right while you got the time. 'Cause when you close your eyes and you own your mind, that man in the mirror. And I'm asking him to change his ways. And no message could have been any clearer. If you wanna make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and make a change.
All right, man. Let's talk this microphone. So it's I think it's a vintage Neumann. Oh, I can never remember which one's which. U87. I want to say, yeah, it's gotta be the U87. It's gotta be a vintage one too, because that's like the old style like connector where you have to like screw it in and it has all the different pins for I think the different pickup settings. But it's got a really nice dynamic setting where you can like basically be right in front of the microphone, and that's gonna pick up the majority of the information, right? You can set it on like a omnidirectional where it'll pick up the whole room, and maybe have like your nice vocal booth or gospel booth, like you see lots of these studios some that have that microphone, right? But that would pick up this whole drum kit. That would pick up the whole band. That would pick up me tapping my foot at the other end of the studio, like everything. So when you have it on the dynamic setting, now you like it's really only picking up whoever's right in front of it, right? But it's still got so much clarity and definition. It almost sounds like you can hear the saliva in his mouth, man. Like it's just such a beautiful tube microphone. They just have characteristics to them. It's probably like tube compressors and like a bunch of other things that are adding harmonics and saturation like lightly. But man, that microphone and his voice is just special. It's just special. Kick drum's hilarious. I saw it's got a something called a sub kick on it. It's basically like if you take a speaker, like an 8-inch speaker, and you reverse it so it's a microphone now. It's just like a huge microphone, right? And all it really picks up is like, I don't know, maybe 60 hertz. Like it's just sub frequencies, sub kick, right? But the kick drum's got lots of movement to it, man. Like it's pitched high. So that might have just been there. That might have just been the setup. But it's interesting to see that it's there, man. This is a really cool setup. Really cool setup. They've got like a huge, this is like I know it's blue, but I think the brand is blue. Another tube microphone for the kick drum. Sennheiser 421s on the toms. There was a 57 taped to some sort of hypercardioid like condenser pencil mic or whatever. That's pretty common. Yeah, this is a fantastic studio, man. This is just beautiful. Just beautiful. Oh, he is in a vocal booth. That does make a lot of sense. Just, okay, so to backtrack on my thought a little bit, if you put someone in a vocal booth, now you just have a clean take. Like, there's no fighting other instruments to make the voice sound perfect. So that's why you put him in a room like that. It makes a lot of sense. I'm glad he's in there. Bass, man, come on. Oh man, before he flipped that pickup switch, it even sounded like he had the volume turned down a little bit, man. He was making that thing just wail. Like they're just the vintage ones, man. I don't know. They might be different. All the ones I've owned and played, I think I counted the other day. I think I've owned like 9 or 10 SGs. Something stupid like that. I used to work at a guitar store, so it was kind of easy. They just don't sustain, man. They're just not known for sustaining, and he just makes them sing, man. Same as Buddy from Lab or LAB or whatever. Like, there's just unbelievable how they can play these guitars. see how like tight all that, like I would consider those gospel fills in the drum kit, and they're just so clean, man. There's so much like smooth movement to them. It's just unbelievable, unbelievable.
A best place, take a look at yourself, then make a change. Gotta get it right while you got the time. 'Cause when you close your heart, then you close your mind. La, 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 la. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. La, la, la,
One at the end.
make that change.
Starts with us, right? Oh man, that was so special. That made my heart feel some type of way. Oh, oh man, that like, how must that feel? And like, they're all too humble to like bask in that for too long, but like that must feel incredible to be able to put that together. Like, wow, man, I don't think I'd seen that. I don't know. I honestly don't know. Someone call me out. Someone call me out. Honestly, I don't think I'd seen it because the kick and the snare, man, were like surprising. The snare was real low, and I like that. I like a low, snappy snare drum. Kick drum was pitched like higher than I anticipated, but it sounded great. It like when it was more exposed, I could hear, I think, where that sub kick was working. It might not even been tracked in there, but it was a bunch of like low end to the kick drum still. It just had a higher pitch than I was kind of expecting. Bass sat really nicely with it. Guitar, man, God, guitar in that Rhodes. Vocals, like the whole thing, man. Come on, what do I gotta say? What do I gotta say? I appreciate this one, man. I appreciate you so much. All my friends on YouTube, Patreon, everyone, I appreciate y'all. Rob, thank you so much for the report. Come check me out on Patreon, my friends. Rob won't come over there, but that's fine. That's fine. Robert, I don't know what you prefer. I don't know if you care. But I'd appreciate a thumbs up. I'd appreciate a comment down below. My friends, y'all have a great, great day.